Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
So how are you doing
Yeah,
tonight?
just me. Kruger is off busy training for his match this Friday. We'll play that. Video again tonight. Sweet. Pugs might be joining us in progress work, depending on work, so he might join us for our final review. No guarantees yet, but we're hopeful.
Yes. We're kind of getting to that point where we'll have everybody back together, hopefully. So that'll be nice. But
no, because now it's the point where I disappear, Dan.
Well, you don't disappear for long, not as long as Pugs. So you know.
But we'll see how much I disappear this time. It shouldn't be as difficult. So
So I'm excited tonight. We kind of have a horror-esque show tonight, I think is fair to say. We got a little bit of everything. All very different and all very discussion worthy. One in particular, I'm really curious tonight to see where you fall, but yeah. So
last night we had a horror hangout and then horror pack unboxing. We got a little spicy towards the end, so if you want to check that out, the second half of the show, it really kicks into full gear on the Sponge post show on Patreon. So go check out what that's about. So
if you listen live, you got it in all its filthy glory, but you can still see the uncut version of that episode on Patreon.
Yeah, it's missing about 45 minutes on the 40 minutes on the current version.
That sounds about right, because there was a certain point where I was like, none of this is YouTube friendly anymore. So
yeah, I know. You stopped giving me times at a certain point on the third.
Yeah,
not even 3 minutes in. I'm not even going to allude to what it was. So it was an eventful show. If you didn't get to watch it live or this morning before it suddenly became shorter, check it out on Patreon. It was fun.
It was a fun show.
Good debate.
Yeah. I was like last minute craziness because like I was having an air conditioning issue that I'm hoping to God is fixed. Otherwise, it'll be a couple days of misery. But fingers crossed on that one, Todd. Yeah, we were having that little debate before we started because you always bitch when it's like over.
No, I don't bitch. I mention it's hot. Then you go, oh, it's not hot. It's only da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's hot in California. Heat is subjective to where you're at, and it's a different kind of heat.
It's swamp,
and it's a different kind of cold. So but you never hear me bitch in the house. And we're past 3 minutes. So like you were, you were like, it's like 90 degrees. I'm like, okay, you're in the house.
Well, I go hiking, so I am out in the elements at times.
You're not bitching about it being 90 when you're outside. You were bitching about it in the house.
Well, yeah, because the air condition wasn't working.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying I don't bitch.
It's a hot box in here.
I mention the temperature, and then you get all fucked. Anyway,
it's not the good kind of hot box. It's Southern women in prison exploitation hot box.
I believe that would be the good kind of hot boxing. I think you got it there twisted.
Yeah. Maybe not for the ladies, but yeah. So, anyways, two piece. We will see. We will see. If the camera goes off and I have got to open a window, you'll know why.
One thing we brought up last night were the Severed announcements, and I was kind of like a little nothing new that we haven't seen before. No day one purchases for me yet on the Severance sales. Today's announcement, while something that hasn't been on disc, I don't know if it's a day one yet.
So I didn't even see it. I didn't have time with the issue I was dealing with. So what was the announcement today?
Oh, I was trying to avoid. It is Skinheads.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, people get funny sometimes if it's not. I assume this is the Chuck Connors Braden Clark one, right? I'm guessing.
No.
It isn't. Okay.
Is this Who is the director?
I'm sure.
No, it's Claudio Fragazio. That's who it is. I knew it was Italian.
Oh, okay. Because ironically, there's like 5 movies called with that title. So that's a little confusing. Well, hey.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's not quite like excited day one purchase, but that's definitely one I'll be picking up at some point. If not, right away.
I don't think I have to get it immediately. I really want those box sets, so I'll have to see. There's not going to be a ton on sale. I feel like that.
And remember with the box sets on the Severance sale, they do a box set sale day. It's normally like Saturday, I think. And
for the older sets, though, it's not the newer sets. I don't believe.
With the box set sale, they can do whichever ones they want. Yeah, it's not going to be the ones that came out like this month.
Yeah.
But they do, and they may not be 50% off, but they have popped in newer ones on those just to entice people to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
So if even unless it's like announced, unless it's new for this sale, I hold off on box sets till Saturday.
Okay.
Or whatever the day it is. They normally say what day it is. So
yeah, I'll double check because I do need a few. I need House of Psychotic Women Volume 2.
So that one would feel like that one's ready for the sale.
It might. Well, I don't know. That hasn't.
No. Again, the box set sale, not the half off sale.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely grab that if it's on sale. But yeah. I wonder what else they're going to announce. I haven't really even heard a lot in the way of rumors this year, to be honest. So I'll be as surprised as anybody else on the Severance stuff. But Baskin, I'm very excited to check out the 4K. Todd, have you seen the 3D conversion of the original Jaws, and is it any good?
I have seen it 3 times when it was first released. Was it last year or the year before? It is amazing. Like it feels like it was shot native 3D. It's better than most modern conversions. It's one of those I put up there with, it's no Jaws 3D depth wise, because that's just, shot and perfectly composed in 3D, even if it's not everyone's favorite. But like this, it's a beautiful conversion. It's definitely way to see the way to see it. Are they doing it again on this year's re-release? Because if so, I'm definitely going to go see it again. So I know they've done it like on other ones when they re-release them, still done the 3D. So I'm hoping if they do, I'll definitely go see it in 3D again because it was great.
I would probably check that out in 3D. I've never seen it in 3D. So,
well, I told you when it was first out, go see it.
I will try and get there if they do it again. Yeah. So, Todd, any other
Yes,
news?
Dan. Remember I said I want to stretch at the beginning. Dan's already trying to wrap we're not even 10 minutes.
I'm not wrapping. I said, what other news is there? You never well, I don't know. We probably don't want to have another uncensored Patreon episode, but you never weighed in on the Diddy verdict.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm against it, but I mean, it's New York and New York loves him. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm disappointed in the East Coast, but fuck him.
He can still get time, I believe, though.
See, you need to be worried because then I say things that YouTube doesn't like, and you're right. That wasn't probably the best call to bring it up. Should have been him, not Tupac. I'll just say that.
In Minecraft.
I didn't.
You got to go by orc rules on YouTube.
But I didn't say it at all, Dan.
I am excited this week, though. I am going to get out to the movies on Saturday. Skill House looks like a piece of shit. I'm still kind of curious to check that out.
And if I can get to either of those before next week, that will be the one I'm going to try to see because I like pieces of shit like that. It looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks like something I could have fun with how bad it is. So
the cinema of 50 Cent is not, generally speaking, quality. So
I'll watch it all day over Diddy. So yeah, I think 50's the only person in New York who gets it and hates Diddy like everyone else should. But Like, I don't get like these people celebrating Diddy's release like they won something.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reputation's pretty much gone at this point. He's kind of a punchline to a joke. So,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. He probably wouldn't have even done any hard time. That might have been Disneyland to Diddy being in there. So,
Yeah, but he's baby oil free there. I know the baby oil companies are happy, but
I'm pretty sure you
did you see the people outside of the courtroom drenching themselves in baby oil when he didn't get convicted for all the good stuff? I know he's still likely going to do some prison time, but it's really it's not going to be long. You don't think Trump's just going to pardon him?
Ooh, I don't know about Diddy. I don't know if he uses he didn't even pardon the Tiger King. So
yeah, but I can see Trump trying to party with Diddy. They're both New York guys too. I don't see him trying to hang out with Tiger King. Not his scene.
That would be kind of funny. Can you imagine him on Tiger King? Like season 3.
Oh,
he's just on it. We're gonna build a zoo. The best zoo.
Just to completely change.
Jeff Lowe is a piece of shit.
Just to completely change the subject.
He sends Carol Baskin to Alligator Alcatraz. That bitch, Carol Baskin. I hope she knows how to swim. Anyway, sorry, Todd.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring that one up, Dan. It's gonna get me into a whole nother rant.
All right, what non-rant? What do you?
Okay, well, I got a trailer for us today. I'm excited for this
movie trailer, or
yes, it's a movie trailer, but it's not. It's a new movie, but it's not. But I've brought this up before, and that is, it's Mr. Melvin. So let's just watch it.
Oh, okay.
Melvin Jungle. Come on up.
Come to me when you're afraid. Just call me on the phone. Come to me when you feel naked, babe. I won't leave you alone. Come to me when you need love, and I'll love you back to life.
Is this getting a re-release?
This is it'll read the screen. It'll tell you. All right. And to explain what that is, if you need the gaps filled in, Mr. Melvin was the name on the original shooting script to what was originally just Toxic Avenger 2 before it got split to 2 movies. This is using that original script, coming back down to a feature length and presenting both movies in the original form as one film so it's going to be a tighter version. It's hopefully finally the definitive version of, because 2 and 3 are in generally people's least favorite of the series. There are a lot of 2 fans though, and so I'm hoping this, like, because 3 is a harder one now, especially the older I get. It's like, yeah, but like, go back and listen to our Toxic Avenger franchise show. So this is, I believe it's right around 2 hours. So instead of, like, I believe closer, it would have been just like 3 hours and 50 minutes for both films, or 3:45, something like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to see the way I probably should have went the first time.
I know you just binged for our franchise show, which you guys should go listen to.
I
Are you
probably-
rewatching them all again?
I've
before
rewatched them all since then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I watched them quite a bit.
Nerd. What's the date on the new one? I'm actually very excited. It doesn't feel. I never thought I'd see a Toxic Avenger on the big screen, if I'm being honest. So, what is the date? It's August, right?
Is it the 29th?
End of
28th?
August sounds.
Yeah,
about.
I should know it off the top of my head.
I figured you.
I want to say it was August 28th, but I'll double check right now.
I feel like Todd is going to use all 4 AMC A-list passes just to see that.
Oh yeah, August 29th. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely see it quite a bit.
I wish that was October so we could see it together, but
I've already seen it with Pugs, so I'm good.
Fuck you then, Todd. You don't get to experience it with the Hat Man. All right. Well, I see how it is. I haven't checked.
Well, maybe we'll get to watch Mr. Melvin together.
Oh yeah, I'm actually kind of curious because I don't hate 3, but it's everybody's least favorite. So
it's definitely
almost universally. So
I really love the video store scene in the opening, though. Like I've always said,
and that's the thing. Nothing. It peaks in the opening scene.
Yeah.
So that's like a huge issue with 3. But
yeah, like seeing it back, like, you know, back down to a manageable runtime for that whole story, I think it's going to play much better. So I know it makes its premiere at this year's Tromathon. I said that very soon, next couple of weeks. If not, yeah, I think it's next weekend, but coming up. So yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully
this is a question I probably posed to you before, but what Troma film, and it doesn't have to be a franchise, it can be just any Troma film, would you like to see like a bigger budget take on?
I see that you eliminate me right away because I don't want a bigger budget version of a Troma story. Like that's kind of like takes away what I want out of a Troma movie.
Well, supposedly they do it right with the new Toxic Avenger. So
well, I've already seen it and I've already talked about it. Again, not exactly what I wouldn't have wanted. Like, okay, I mean, I'm just gonna say Unspeakable. I mean, you know that.
Ooh, yeah, that one though. They're gonna have to dial that way back.
No, see, you didn't say that. Like I see that, and I don't want a softer version. See, that's the problem. Because you say that, then it's like that for most of the stuff.
What about Chopper Chicks? And you do it again with Billy Bob. Chopper Chicks and Zombie Town.
That's fine, but I don't need a new version of it. Or even keeping the cast makes it even less. Like, okay, why are we doing it again?
I get it. I feel like there's a few things that they could improve on with certain movies that we love, but little extra money couldn't hurt it. I mean, hey, it's an option to get it released unrated now, so you know you can't say 100%. I mean, Bloodsucking Freaks. Okay, I'm never gonna get that level of depravity. Although you could get Ralphus.
You could get Damien Leone's Bloodsucking Freaks and have it just as hard as you want it.
Nope.
Won't do
nudity. He won't do the nudity.
No. He will do nudity. He's just not. He did nudity in. Wait, is it he won't do nudity in Terrifier because he has nudity. There's nudity in Stream.
There is, but he just produces that, and he did
okay.
Effects.
Now, did he say he won't do nudity at all, or just nudity in Terrifier?
No, I don't think he ever really.
Because there's nudity in Terrifier.
The first one, but it didn't become a thing yet. So the sequels. So I don't know. Bloodsucking Freaks requires a lot of depravity.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. So
Slasher says, I think the nudity thing is the lead girl.
Yeah, but then why the whole movie? Like, I get she won't. I don't want to rehash that whole discussion, but like,
yeah, there 100% should have been nudity in the shower scene.
Yeah, it was almost distracting how they were just doing everything they could not to show.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to show me a nipple, but I can see the insides of her. That doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah, it's kind of Yeah, it's American. That's just stupid. But
Well, this American demands to see the nipple before the insides.
yeah, if we're gonna see the guts, let us see the nipple.
Lloyd Kaufman always shows us the nipple.
Are you going to that Fathom event, Texas Chainsaw Massacre screening?
You mean the one I shamed you for not knowing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre date last week that I already said I was?
Okay, well, I'm just asking you again, Todd. I'm not going to remind you of anything if you get so snippy with me. Goddamn. August 18th.
Oh, now you know it because you can look at it. But when I asked you last week, I was nice and I didn't even force you to say the date because you couldn't remember it. Now,
I tune you out. Somebody else just texted me, so I see the date. But, that's, yeah. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. It's always worth seeing that on the big screen. I think I'll go out of my way to check that out. I have seen 2 at a screening and 3, but I don't think I have, but not. It was just a digital.
I've seen 3 on the original theatrical release.
Yes, you're fucking old.
I also saw 4 at the art house theaters when it was originally released.
Yeah, was that the one? Was that a double for you? If I remember right, you told that. All right, I'm thinking of something else.
No, I saw it. I had to go, to the art house theater, and saw that one. Same theater I saw Bubba Hotep a few years later.
Ooh, nice. I got to see Bubba Hotep early, but it wasn't in the theater, if I remember right. I don't know how I saw that early, to be honest with you, and that's pre-radio, but I was able to see that one early. It still kind of breaks my heart we never got a follow-up to that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I remember at one point it was going to be Paul Giamatti and Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Which I think would have been a lot of fun. But yeah.
He doesn't need a sequel. I'm good with what we got.
I'm okay with it. I just figure, all right, you got the old Elvis. You could certainly tell a story with him as the younger Elvis, but fuck at this point. Bruce Campbell's not going to need the makeup for much longer. So,
he doesn't want to do it. So,
one that I want to check the release date on is the new Evil Dead, because that feels like that should be coming up soon.
I don't even remember. Did they shoot one that I forgot about already?
It should be in post now for sure, because I know they were shooting back to back. Unless, let's see. Although I'm not. Yeah, Evil Dead Burn. Well, no, it's looking like 2026. Shit. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. It could be in post. But they're doing back to back. I'm gonna check October, see what we got coming up together. But yeah. So Todd, are you ready to start the movies?
Yeah, let's kick off our reviews.
All right.
We got some playful banter out of the way.
There we go. All right. So our first film of the evening from writer-director R.T. Thorne is 40 Acres. And I'm eager to talk about this one. In a post-apocalyptic world with food scarcity, a black family of Canadian farmers descended from the American Civil War migrants defend their homestead against cannibals trying to seize their resources. So before we talk about the movie itself, this one was a little odd because
they didn't know how to market it.
They had no clue how to market this. Now, the title 40 Acres refers to 40 acres and a mule. It was a post-Civil War promise by the U.S. government and, for land and everything. It didn't end up happening, obviously. So, I think the impression a lot of people had was that this was going to be maybe a historical epic. And some people were legitimately saying that because I saw it. The genre for this on our AMC app changed, I believe, 3 times. From action to horror to drama.
and the funny thing is, when it was the Screen Unseen the week before, when that Screen Unseen was first announced, it was a Scream Unseen, and then it switched. So at some point, Yeah, they didn't. The studio didn't know.
what the
AMC
fuck
didn't know
they
what. Yeah,
had. Because I was confused because we were talking, we would have reviewed this probably a couple of weeks ago, but we were talking and I was like,
how would
I
we have
swear
done
to
that?
God, I saw the trailer and it was a horror movie, or it at least appeared to be a horror thriller type movie. But then I'm seeing everybody referring to it as a historical drama. And I was like, all right, maybe my mind's playing tricks on me and I didn't see the trailer I thought I saw. But I think even though this title does make sense if you know the history, it threw a lot of people off. So, yeah, I don't know what if this has done anything box office wise to speak of, but yeah, terrible marketing. I like the movie though, and I am eager to talk about that. This director it's his feature film debut, which is surprising because he's been making music videos for well over 20 years and done a lot of TV, but this is his feature film debut, and I liked it a lot. It's a Canadian post-apocalyptic story. We've second civil wars happen. There's big famine. The most precious commodity at this point are farmers who can actually still grow food. It's great cast. Danielle Deadwyler is such an expressive actress. Most people know her from Till or I Saw the TV Glow. Most recently, Woman in the Yard.
Yeah,
She's fantastic and actually a pretty credible action star. She's got like a intensity about her in this that comes off really well. Also, super underrated character actor Michael Grey Eyes, who plays her husband in this. He's one character that they really dropped the ball with on Fear the Walking Dead, because I actually think he was strong enough that he could have taken over as a lead. He was also in Blood Quantum, which is a really cool zombie movie. And
yeah, that we all pretty much liked. I remember.
We love Blood Quantum. I mean, this guy, though, has been killing it ever since Geronimo in 1993. He's just, not a household name, but when he gets something to sink his teeth into, he's really good.
He also played Geronimo on the Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai cartoon.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. There's been a lot of post-apocalyptic movies lately, and this has some threads, similar Arcadian, Breathe, which wasn't very good, Quiet Place, of course. So it's familiar territory, but I thought this one had an intensity that it stays somewhat believable. I mean, we're dealing with cannibals, so this certainly falls in the horror genre, and there is some grisly gore.
I don't think people just eating people automatically makes it a horror film. I don't think.
I'd say so here. There was some pretty crazy tension.
I agree, but I get I don't think that qualifies. Alive isn't a horror film.
Yeah,
I don't think just the act of cannibalism makes it a horror film, because while I do think you can include this in horror, I think like
kill a turtle.
Well, no, I think like people who don't like horror could still like the drama and suspense of this. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, it's grounded. It's
not just that. I mean, it's like saying, cannibals equal horror. I don't think that's necessarily a thing, but because the apocalyptic
in the horror genre, though, I really would.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue that. I'm just saying I get why marketing wise they may not want to pigeonhole it, but I think they did the film a disservice not knowing where to go, because I think this is going to turn off some horror fans because it's not full horror, because it is more action horror. If you're going to do that, see, I still like it. The cannibals.
Even you can't settle on a genre.
No, I can't, and I get what the issue was, but I would have marketed it as a horror film. I would have, because that's I think the way to go with this one. Because if not, who's it getting marketed to?
Yeah, I agree. It's a shame because I feel like a lot of people just aren't going to watch this because, again, they don't know what they're getting into. Ooh, what? Box office return.
Yeah. $241,296 US in Canada's opening weekend. The total worldwide gross right now, which it's only in the US and Canada, so it's the same gross, is 475,000.
So what you're saying is 41 acres is a no-go.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Well, luckily it doesn't matter because I'm not seeing a sequel to this. I did it's a very serious movie, but I did like a couple moments of humor when Michael Greyeyes' character freaks out. I can't remember if it was the daughter, but when she finds that Burger Shack sauce and he just like flips out, it's like, this is fucking trash. What my people have been through, and you eat this garbage. It was just a moment of levity in a very serious story, and I enjoyed it.
I get it. Sometimes you're passionate about really stupid things, and it happens to me quite a bit on the show.
Have you ever had that passionate of a reaction to sauce?
No, I had one yesterday though for something dumb. Oh yeah, the wasteful money on you and your drink stores. But if you haven't seen that, go listen to yesterday's.
If you like drink,
Dan, don't rehash it. They can go listen to yesterday's.
All right, or on Patreon.
No, that part's not on Patreon.
Okay, so Todd's drink shaming is on YouTube.
No, that's it. Only the words thing.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's super suspenseful. I liked all the characters, and I do think it's a gem. Familiar story. It's not reinventing the wheel of a post-apocalyptic thriller, but I do think you should go out of your way to see this. Needless to say, it probably doesn't have much time left in the theater with that kind of gross, but yeah. They need to market this better. They should have probably just marketed this like, if you liked Quiet Place. I mean, I hate to
problem is audiences. It's not a Quiet Place 3, so the audiences don't care. Unfortunately, there's a reason why all the sequels and all that happens, because people go see stuff they're familiar with, not stuff they're not.
Well, Sinners. So there's hope.
There, Broken Clock twice a day. Yes, that happens, but it was a rare. Yeah, name the last one.
Yeah, it's very rare. Unfortunately,
it happens, but it takes a strong word of mouth.
Yeah. Well, check this one out. Let us know what you think. I do think it's something that you should enjoy quite a bit.
I absolutely think this is one to check out if the trailers, because even after the first trailer, you're like, are we going to cover 40 Acres? I was like, isn't that like a drama? When we first saw the trailers.
Yeah. You had me rethinking myself, because I was like, well, no, it looked like, honestly, from what I remember of the trailer, I thought zombie movie.
It's funny because it does have the feel, and this might scare people off when I say it. It does have the feel of like Walking Dead, but like early Walking Dead, like them just like on the radios and stuff. Like like the I don't want to just say the quality Walking Dead, because I think it still was good throughout, but like when it was really good, when it was firing on all cylinders, I think that's the level of this.
Yeah, well, that's high praise. So what do you rate this one, Todd?
I'm a 4.
Yeah, I think I'm a 4 too. I genuinely enjoyed this. And this could just be a me thing, I was a little confused at the fact that the power would still work based on where they kind of hint we're at in the world. I don't know if that had to do with the fact it being much more remote, and this could just be my ignorance of how that works. But I just
assumed they had generators. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm just, again, where we're at in this world, it just felt like they probably wouldn't have had power. But no, I enjoyed it. 4 stars. All right, so moving on to our next film of the evening, which also apparently had some kind of a theatrical run, although I don't think it was much of one, because I never saw it anywhere near me. But our next film is from director-writer Morihito Inoue, and it is Hot Spring Shark Attack.
Well, thank you, Dan, for checking the PR, because it is in theaters and on VOD Friday, July 11th, 2025.
Oh.
That's this Friday.
My bad, Todd. Well, I did not see it, Todd. My bad. Should have
Thank you,
given
Utopia, for the screener.
Thank you, Utopia. So there you go. Hope lives. You can.
That's why you haven't seen the dates yet. It is in limited theaters, so check by you starting this Friday.
So what you're saying is we're special, Todd. We got to see it early. I was unaware of that. All right. So hot spring shark attack. There have been cases of mysterious disappearances. Sorry. There have been cases of mysterious disappearances of onsen visitors in Atsumi City in S Prefecture. The victims were eventually found dead with signs of severe injuries to their bodies, resembling a vicious shark attack. So, if you've ever been to Japan, these kind of hot springs are very popular. And in this, we encounter this ancient shark that's able to, I guess, bend matter so it can kind of go through pipes and kill people in the hot springs resort. As you can already imagine, this one is really ridiculous. And I say that in the best possible way. It's heavy Sharknado vibe, but with kind of the Japanese flair. And there's a lot of Chinese shark films that have come out recently. Blood Bite, Red Water, Land Shark from 2020, and Escape from the Shark's Mouth, just to name a few. There's been a lot. And mixed results on those. I've liked some, others, not so great, but I had a lot of fun with this. It's very, again, Japanese vibe. If you are not into movies like Dead Sushi and stuff like that, like I could see you kind of like not vibing with this. But it's a pretty crazy mixture of a lot of CG, obviously, but there's also miniatures, puppetry. There's at one point they print out a 3D printed sub to go fight these sharks. It gets really fucking crazy. And I had fun. I mean, we get this one Japanese bodybuilder named Macho who just shows up randomly every once in a while to just fuck the sharks up. The sharks talk. At one point, they just pop out of the springs and just go shark. It's really, really silly. It doesn't take itself seriously for a minute, but it made me laugh. I don't know about you on this one, but what did you think?
Yeah, it is. It's a certain sense of humor. So if you're not into it, you're not going to be a fan. I did have fun with this. It was just the right kind of dumb for me when I was watching it. Yeah, that I know, like, yeah, this is no Jaws. Hell, this isn't even Deep Blue Sea. Although I'd probably watch this over Deep Blue Sea. Or no, I would. But
what's with all the recent Deep Blue Sea hate?
It doesn't hold up at all. It's not a good movie. Well, I'm just being honest. But yeah, good. Yeah, it's just good, mindless, dumb fun. Like, but it really, like Dan already said, it's a certain style. So if you don't like, or would you mention hot sushi? Yeah, you're not dead sushi. Yeah, you're not going to be into this. But I thought it was a fun trip. Yeah, I definitely think check it out if you can see it in theaters. Definitely try. If not, it'll be on VOD Friday.
Lots of dumbass influencers getting eaten, and then again, this random Japanese Terminator character that shows up, especially at the end when he fights the king shark, which of course has a crown, and they make no bones about it. I mean, there's so many callbacks to Jaws. Smile, you son of a bitch, and the mayor, and everything. And yeah, I think we've got a lot of over the top crazy shark movies, but there feels like there's a little bit more artistry with this one. any criticism of effects is kind of silly in this case. I mean, they're not going for any kind of a realistic vibe with the sharks, but I found myself laughing through a good chunk of this one. I mean, sharks pulling people into the streets and be tricking the sharks with mannequins. There's a lot of goofy shit in here that yeah, made me laugh. Trying to think what I'm going to rate this one. I got to give it at least a 3.5. Actually, I'm pretty high because we've seen a lot of shark movies lately where they're not bad, they're not particularly good, they're just forgettable. Cookie cutter, seen it a million times.
Don't do anything different. You're right. Yeah,
I've said it before. At this point, if you're going to do a shark movie, I think you almost have to go more goofy and over the top with it.
You have to make it memorable in some way, like Ghost Shark, one we remember and constantly talk about. This one, it's different and it is memorable.
Yeah, Ghost Shark, Trailer Park Sharks. Yeah. That's the type of stuff that you do remember. And look, we got the perfect shark movie 50 years ago, and I've enjoyed a lot of the cheesy knockoffs.
Some will argue the perfect movie ever.
Yeah, exactly. So
Tarantino's one who puts that as the perfect movie.
I can't really think of anything that I would change with Jaws.
No, I mean, it's the original blockbuster. It truthfully created what a blockbuster is. Like, there's that movie defined what pacing is. Like, everything before that seems slow compared to Jaws. It's just so well. I don't want to just suck off Jaws because Jaws is perfection.
It is. Some people kind of shit on it for starting the blockbuster trend, which I don't think is fair. But yeah. So 3.5. Check this one out. If you're not really heavy into Japanese humor, it may not connect the same way.
Did I say 3? Did I give mine? I don't remember if I did.
I thought you did. I gave 3.5. Did you say?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm a 3. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Hot Spring Shark Attack. Moving on to a dark comedy. We have some comedies tonight,
which is another one that they didn't really want to embrace the horror aspects of it either.
Yeah, marketing is a little strange tonight for some of these movies. I can kind of see like who are we going to try and get to come see this movie? But we'll talk about that in a minute.
They did finally add horror now, because at first it was just comedy. Now it's listed most places as comedy horror.
Okay. All right. So our next movie from co-directors David Joseph Craig and Brian Crono. We have I Don't Understand You. Stranded in rural Italy without transportation or language skills, an American couple on the verge of adopting tries to reconnect during a disastrous vacation as their fear and relationship problems threaten to boil over. All right. So this one, always enjoy Nick Kroll. I also noticed that this was actually the directors are married, so kind of interesting considering the storyline here. And essentially,
is it about their trip to Italy?
Just horrible murder, accidental murder. I would pitch this as a gay Tucker and Dale. I
think that works.
A gay Tucker and Dale is how I would kind of pitch this movie. If you're a fan of Tucker and Dale or Weekend at Bernie's, that's kind of what you're dealing with here. It takes this movie a minute to get going because to a point, you could almost consider this just a romantic dramedy about a couple trying to adopt a kid. Amanda Seyfried actually plays the lady giving her kid up to adoption, and she chooses this couple, and they're very nervous and not too sure about raising a kid. And it just becomes a comedy of errors in Italy, where there's some misunderstandings that lead to an increasing body count. And yeah, once they get to their destination in Italy, the tone changes quite a bit. And this kind of does become a sort of dark, macabre,
and
yeah.
that's what I liked about it, because we start off as one thing, like you said, it is more the romantic dramedy about trying to adopt their kid, and then we just get that tone shift when we get to Italy, and like they could have made that first movie and just made that movie, but I like that they didn't. I like that they turned dark and we kind of get something totally different. So
it gets a little mean.
Yeah.
I mean, effectively, they're kind of horrible people. I mean,
here's the funny thing. I think they're just portraying typical Americans pretty goddamn well.
There's a scene, and I'm not really giving away much, where this character sees on their phone that they're going to be dads. And he comes in and he's like, you're dead. And he's got like the knife. And I really like this kind of dark comedy. I wasn't too sure. I didn't see this one theatrically or anything.
This was one, took me a minute, but because the trailer sold me, and I did get to see it before it left theaters.
Yeah, and just again covering this up leads to something more awful. I do think the character that was incapacitated in the iron lung, I think they could have stretched that gag a little further.
Yeah, I think I wanted a little more out of that gag, but yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting something really insane and over the top to happen there.
Although I'll just say his last scene I did think was very funny. I liked the Italian cops. They made me laugh.
What did you call us? Yeah, I thought that was funny. Lots of physical comedy. Again, Nick Kroll obviously is a hilarious guy. Not a whole lot of Amanda Seyfried in here. She's kind of handling the more dramatic aspect of the movie.
Yeah, she did most of her part on Zoom. Probably.
But yeah, no, it's like it's all this innocent shit, and it's like as soon as their car breaks down, they almost feel like they're in a horror movie, or they think they're in a horror movie, and they just keep making things worse and worse for each other. This was funnier than I thought. I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, it's a gay Tucker and Dale. If you like that movie, I think you'll have a lot of fun with this. And there's some lines I can't really repeat, but the whole like, did you just call me a scene I thought that was funny. The car, when the car hits the one person. Yeah, I do feel like they could have gone a little even more over the top with the iron lung guy.
Yeah.
Which is resolved, by the way. There is a mid-credits, because when the credits hit, I was immediately like, well, what the fuck about this? And they resolve it at the mid-credits. So, yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So, Todd, what do you give this one?
I give this one I'm going to give it a 4.2. I really like this one. I had fun with it. I thought it was a good comedy. I mean, if you're going in just horror, you're probably, I don't know if you'll get satisfied. I think it's fun enough. It's just a lighter
dark comedy with some violence.
That's why I say comedy horror over horror comedy, because comedy is what's first in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I think if it went a little more batshit in a couple spots, I could have gone even higher, but I did enjoy this one quite a bit. All right, so pretty solid night so far. And it's about to get better, I think, Todd. I'm been dying to talk about this one. It is currently streaming on Shudder, or you can get the Yellow Veil Pictures Blu-ray through Vinegar Syndrome, or probably actually just Amazon now as well. But this is Rats from directors Carl Fry and Maxwell Nalavansky. And in this film, Texas, 2007, emo kid Raphael is in jail following an arrest for graffiti. He's a good guy, it's just graffiti, so you can't blame him for the events after his arrest. He's not responsible for the sting operation, the severed Hans, the FBI, Larry the Pig, the plutonium deal gone wrong, or anyone who may die due to that deal turning sour. None of it is Raphael's fault, but it is his problem. So this is set in the fictional town of Fresno, or Fresno, as the running gag goes in 2007. Again, about this emo Raphael and a really absurd cast of characters. I would be shocked if you didn't love this, because it really feels like a Troma movie. It's an absurdist, gross out humor, not a conventional narrative at all. But we talk about the lack of good comedies. I probably was laughing my ass off 90 to 95% of the runtime. Like, this one, my sides hurt at the end. It's disgusting if you have issues with all right, I'm gonna just say this probably has the funniest bathroom scene I've seen in a long time. We have this character played by Danielle Von Ploger. Sorry if I'm not saying the name right, because she is fantastic as Officer Wilson. But basically she gets in a fight after taking this comical over-the-top shit in a restaurant bathroom. And this lady just basically wants to beat the shit out of her for not washing her hands. And it leads to this brutal fight scene that tears up the bathroom. And I'm not even doing it justice. It's so over the top. And I could not fucking breathe watching it. It was hilarious. Lots of random humor. At the end of that, when the hostess comes in and sees the bathroom, I'm not even gonna give it away. It was just hilarious. There's these weird running gags in this about how hot Steve Irwin's daughter is. I loved it, but I don't know. Maybe not you. You got a face. Maybe
I'm trying to keep my stoic face and not give away.
Face. Yeah, Todd, I couldn't fucking breathe. This whole thing just was killing me. What did you think?
Didn't like it.
Oh, really? Fuck. Okay.
Okay, but here's the thing. This happens a lot. When it's like kind of a Troma movie, it doesn't always connect with me. It actually hurts it a lot of the times. Because this is what people think a Troma movie is, but it's more than just that. I wasn't. Yeah, it didn't do it for me. It was okay.
I am shocked.
Are you though? Like, this isn't the first time it's happened. Night of Something Strange, you suck off all the time. Another one, it's like a Troma, but I don't like it.
Night of Something. Oh, okay. Well, I would say that this easily felt like a Troma movie. But which I know that's like more broad than people realize, but oh, dude, I
didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I wasn't laughing out loud most of the time. I was enhanced though, so that didn't. I figured that was going to help.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah, Daily Ghost agrees with me 100% on recommendations like that. They usually go sour for me. Yeah, yeah. Now, if it wouldn't have been in my head, maybe it wouldn't have. But yeah, it didn't work for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything hit in this movie for me. I hope you get your dick bit off by the same shark that killed Steve Irwin. Oh man. But I like these sort of quirky character movies. Wonder if you would have liked it more if it was a California 2007 tale rather than Texas.
Oh, maybe there's actually a Fresno or a Fresno in California, so it makes sense.
That does make sense, but yeah, I don't know. The actors, the I Love Selling Crack music video.
Okay, that I did think was funny. I did enjoy the music video. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I this had to get you a few times.
That's the only one that jumps out. Like, honestly, I can't tell you anything that like made me laugh.
Oh wow. Well, this one hit very different then, because I think it's one of the funniest comedies I've watched the last 20 years. I obviously I'm selling this one hard. It's not gonna hit for everybody, but yeah, man, I'm not kidding. I could not breathe. It probably took me twice as long to watch this.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, Dan.
I felt like I was missing shit because I had to rewind it. Oh my god, all of this will make more sense once you see the movie, but never fuck with the horse girl, and then that flying elbow drop. Oh, come on, Todd. I've always said it on this show, the highest recommendation for me, a guy who reviews a shit ton of movies. I want to watch this one again. I can't because I got a lot of shit to do right now, but I probably will watch this one again. I was having kind of I don't want to say shitty day, just kind of a, blah day. This got me right out of my funk.
That's good.
It was so fucking good. Oh, and then the rat gag with the bag lady. This is my kind of humor. It really is. It's raunchy. It's and I'm not even like identifying with it. I mean, I wasn't a emo kid in 2007 Texas, so it's not a case of like I'm getting this more than you or something. I don't know. I loved it. I always say this, but if you've seen this movie, please comment. Let me know what you think. It's going to have all kinds of different opinions, I sense, but I'm going to say it right now. One of the funniest fucking movies I've seen in 20 years. I genuinely was shocked. Scratch, what's up? There's a Fresno in Texas, just outside of Houston. Oh, okay.
Well, Dan said it was a made-up town. That's why I was curious.
Well, I'm imagining it's not spelled with a P. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. This was shot outside Austin, I believe. So.
All right. So, what do you rate it then, Dan?
5 stars.
Wow.
And an easy 5 stars.
And I'm over here to 2.5. Wow.
I'm really genuinely shocked.
Well, I'll give it another shot. Watch it again, because sometimes the ones that are like Troma films, or people tell me that, and I watch it a second time, it may click. So I don't know. I still want to revisit Night of Something Strange. I believe what it was. Like okay. Attack of the Killer Donuts. No one told me going in, oh, this is a Troma movie. I discovered it on my own and loved it.
Yeah, I figured like even the scene when Officer Williams is just sitting in the middle of the drive-thru watching porn. Like, I don't know. It was just I felt like I was in a different universe, but everything was hitting me. And I'm not a stoner either. So this wasn't a case of being enhanced. So
all right. Well, I think we have a special entrant. Wait, hold on.
Fuck yeah!
Howdy, folks. What up, everybody?
Pugs.
I haven't seen Rats, but you sold the hell out of it, and Todd shat. Well, not you didn't shit on it, but you. I don't know. There's balance. The 20-year remark has me excited. Todd has it grounded, so I will.
Ghost, please review this one on your website, because I do want to see your review of this, but. I think Pugs might be with me on this one, and I
was laughing at the pornography in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
that you said. So it's apparently it was about a big dump that was taken. So yeah, I'm in.
It's one of the funniest shitting scenes I've ever seen. It's
I
just
don't know, man. Dumb and Dumber's still up there for me, but it's in good company. It's in good company. What's up, Brian?
yeah.
Zombie, what up?
With that entrance, we all need to be in a battle royal at some point and see who gets the bigger pop.
I'm
We
in.
need to make it happen.
But it's gonna be
Yeah.
like Drew Carey. I'm in and out. Fuck y'all.
I'll tell you about that later off air.
Uh-oh.
I feel obligated to do something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
see.
Yeah, get eliminated. That's...
Right under the ring, Pugs.
Oh,
Come
you're
on.
gonna King Lawler that shit? All right.
I'm gonna Santino it, but win.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry to bring up wrestling. I don't know if I did it or not, but
Well, to be fair, I gave you a wrestling entrance, so
You got
Friday.
the wrestling.
I'll see all of you there.
we'll promote that too. Don't worry.
But yeah, seriously, Ghost, Pugs, anybody, please update your thoughts.
And it's on Shudder, so absolutely I will check that out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Had I remembered, I messed up this week, guys. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So what have you been up to before we get into our main event?
Well, work was finally regulated a bit. I'm
Okay.
still exhausted, but I was catching up on shows, movies, and I thought I had it planned out because I was like, oh, cool, I'll get a massacre in here and I'll do one of these. And then I got sidetracked. I saw Bring Her Back.
Oh.
Love that. Woman in the Yard, lame. There was one other one that was amazing.
Did you see Parvulos yet?
No.
Okay.
There was another one, but I crammed a bunch in, so my brain is a little fried too. I probably should have spaced
Ugly
it out a little more.
Stepsister. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, that movie rocked. Fuck
Marvel.
yeah.
What the fuck? Back Beaver in that.
Huh?
There's Back Beaver in
Oh,
Ugly Stepsister.
well, we get Penny in there, so yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Good
Yeah.
times.
So I've been catching them that in TV shows. I caught up on the Gypsy Rose series. It's all
Oh,
good.
I didn't. Oh, you have to fill me in later, or
Okay.
is it one I already watched?
You might have already watched it.
Okay.
The Gilgo murders or whatever, that was great. A lot of true crime stuff too. And then also been working on some Deviant Vulture Skull stuff. Finally. I felt creative.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I,
thank you.
I finished Squid Games. I rewatched everything because I'd only seen the first season, so I watched 2 and 3 for the first time this past week.
I absolutely adored it on this end.
Yeah, and then I watched the competition show because I was out of Squid Games.
Okay. I still haven't done that. I'm like, you're not playing for
I
teams,
still had
so
fun.
nah, play for real. But yeah, I mean, Dan, did you watch Squid Games? Probably not, right? You gotta.
No, not Squid Games. I haven't, unfortunately.
That's
I've been
okay.
hearing good things about Mobland, though, so that is on the list.
Which one's that? Mobland.
Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah. Okay, what's that on?
Ooh,
Paramount Plus, is it?
Is it Paramount Plus? Okay.
I
might
think
be.
you
I want
not
to check
might
out
be
that
right.
Waterfront show too with Tetch from Mindhunter, but only so much time in the damn day.
Yep.
That's been my problem between wrestling and reviews and other
And we got a big ass one this weekend.
yeah.
Hard R amount.
Yep, it's gonna get crazy on the 11th.
Zombie
talk
said it's on Max. Cool. Thank you, dude.
Oh, Max.
Thank you.
My bad.
Perfect.
Thanks, Zombie. All right, so we'll get into our last movie of the evening, which is also unique. It's a Scottish samurai movie from director John McLean, Tornado. And in this one, a Japanese puppeteer's daughter gets
Where's
caught
human?
up. What?
Where's Rudy Raymore? Or where's the human?
We needed a bitch. So
It's bitch. Are you for real? Do it right.
Yes.
Come on, Dan.
Bitch, are you
that
for
ninja
real?
dead. So
Wow.
Ruined it.
I know. Made it all.
Ruined
See,
it.
you got to get me canceled. Just say the word like a grown up. Don't.
all right, Todd. Let me tell him what the goddamn
Okay.
movie's about.
Yeah, tornado.
There's no Rudy Ray Moore. All right, or Human Tornado. A Japanese puppeteer's daughter gets caught up with criminals when their show crosses paths with a crime gang led by Sugar Man and his son, Little Sugar. Sugar Man played by the legendary Tim Roth. So, Pugs, gotta tag you in first since you're the only one you got tonight.
Yeah,
What'd you think?
it's solid. It's I wasn't too impressed with it, mind you. I was cramming a bunch in, and some stuff I absolutely loved, and some stuff I hated. This one was right, like top tier. The look of the movie, gorgeous. I didn't read the synopsis going in, so when I saw the name Tornado, I was expecting like a storm.
You're like, this ain't Twister, goddammit.
Yeah, I was like, cool. It's one of these asylums or whatever. I was like, oh, this is not it at all. Oh, it's getting windy. Oh, that's her name. Okay, whatever. I loved the interaction with her and the puppeteering. That was cool. The gang each knew their role, and some of them were cool, some of them were shitty. That black guy has your hat beat, dude. I'm sorry, Dan.
Oh,
that was cool as
does.
hell. You're being racist. His hat matters.
Lucky does. I would have put Tornado in the ground.
Okay. Well, that's a different. Anyway, the puppeteering was cool. I want a movie like that also with the marionettes, I believe. Satisfying ending. I really felt for the lead. I forgot her Tornado, but I forgot her real name. It's. What'd you say?
Name,
I heard it too.
Koki is her name.
Okay. Yeah, Koki's fantastic. I want to see more from her. But yeah, overall, good story, good, well shot. I didn't absolutely love it, but it's really good, and I would recommend it for sure.
It's kind of, I mean, again, it's unique, Scottish samurai Western.
The accents kind of threw me off.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid of like a Judaic period drama. I could see a lot of people going into this, maybe some wanting more of a gory, hardcore action flick, which I think they might oversell that aspect a little bit. I like this one a lot. It's beautiful. The Scottish Highlands that they shot this in, wonderful looking movie. Tim Roth, always great to see him. My issue with this, and I don't normally say this, I think they could have used a little more running time to fully establish all of these characters that they had. The great Rory McCann is one of the men.
They were kind of archetypes. You can fill in the blanks.
I felt like they gave you like just a tiny bit, but if they had established them more, because this has also a heavy Tarantino vibe, which accentuated by Tim Roth being in it. And I felt like some of these characters needed just a little bit more for me to care about them more. I again love this one. I'm left thinking this ended up being a good film, and it really could have been a great film.
Well, then I guess we're on the same page here. Okay.
Yeah, probably more or less. It's just a little undercooked. I think Rory McCann, Jack Lowder, little underutilized. I like the sort of the fact that Tim Roth's son in this is, trying to spread his wings the same way that the Tornado character with her samurai dad and everything. It just felt like it was missing a little bit. Maybe not even a full half hour, maybe like 15, 20 more minutes of sitting with these characters a little bit to feel for them a bit more. But as it stands, I still think this is worth seeing. I mean, if you love samurai flicks or westerns, which this director did a western about a decade ago called Slow West with Ben Mendelsohn that I remember liking. I dug it, but it's one of those movies where I feel like it could have been more than what it is. What did you think, Todd?
Perfect timing, as always.
Every time. I'm literally muted to cough. Dan's like, what do you think, Todd? Thanks.
Yeah, I did it on purpose because fuck you, Todd.
There you go.
No, yeah, I dug this. That's why I wanted to see your thoughts on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It just, yeah, it's
my rating's high too, but
it's different. Like, I mean, it's not something I expected. Like, this is when I went back and forth on when it was theatrically. And I ended up pulling the trigger to see it. And because like I wasn't really sure what it was, like with the name. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, is this a samurai movie? I mean, she's a samurai, but it's not really. But I mean, it's a Western, but a lot of Westerns are just ripoffs of samurai movies. So it's like a whole thing going on but yeah, I think Tim Roth is what really got me to go see it. I think it's just a good film. Like you mentioned, the marionettes, and that's cool. But yeah, I definitely see if you guys can check this one out, definitely do so. I think, yeah, it's not horror, but I mean,
it's not Kurosawa, but
No.
it's still going to entertain you.
And you want to know something, Dan? I'm looking at the grosses. Tornado only made about 40,000 less than the current worldwide gross to 48.
Could have been, pushed a little bit.
Okay, I didn't check in for that. Is it about what it sounds like? Is there a mule involved too?
No.
I'm never gonna get that movie I want, dude. I gotta do it myself. Fuck, I want to do it with that community.
But I think you should check it out. I'll just say that for now.
Okay. Again, also props to you for not shooting on Tornado. Her being able to fight like that, like you did in Predator Prey, or Prey, whatever the fuck it was called.
Because she's a samurai, so Dan doesn't understand that, so he can't hate on it.
That's fucked up, Todd. I love
it's true. Dude, you're very weird about like the women you hate on when they can fight.
Hand to hand.
It's like, you give me a white woman fighting, fuck that bitch. I don't believe that shit. Which props for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Name a believable white woman besides Cynthia Roth.
Oh, now you're throwing.
I know. I just told one. I just eliminated one. I said besides her,
Ronda Rousey.
Okay, she's a legitimate.
Oh
fighter,
yeah, she don't count either. Fuck you.
She's a legitimate fighter. Yeah, I'm talking about actresses.
I will throw out one
because you can win Gina Carano too to fill that, but you went the
Carano.
other way. No, I'm not giving that to you.
I would also throw out. You know what? Gina Davis. Not bad. She's small. I'm not kidding. Long Kiss Goodnight. I mean, she was not exactly an action.
Yeah, that wasn't 355, Dan. She survives. That's not the same thing.
Gina Davis, Long Kiss Goodnight.
No, Gina Davis and Thelma and Louise. Give it that car.
I don't know. I'm throwing. You want a very specific thing.
Yes, Gina Davis, that hardcore action star. Thank you, Dan, for playing.
You fucking Mia, Resident Evil chick. She's there. Scarlett Johansson. There you go. There's all kinds you could have been quick to, Dan. But
I'm not going to go Scarlett Johansson for some reason. I don't know.
Okay, well,
is that just because she didn't turn into the dinosaur?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler. She doesn't turn into a dinosaur.
Todd fucking ruined it for you.
Damn it.
You're like, that's the only reason I was going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've seen the stills online.
Trans dinosaur. Yeah. That
was why does it have to be a white woman? I could have said Michelle Yeoh. I mean, there's lots of great
because that's the whole point. Like you're like, oh, martial arts, they can fight. You didn't say Hillary Swank. Well, she turned down the Cobra Kai series, so she doesn't count. Bitch.
Well, she would have gotten bit. She knew she was going to get bit by Martin Cove.
Dude, how hilarious! How hilarious that been though. He went to go bite her arm. She falls over a stool. $1 million baby.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought that I kind of felt a little bad for her when they like brought the camera crew to sort of shit on him, but I was like, man, that just feels like a really stupid thing you thought would be funny.
That's totally what it was. It's
and also he's from a different time period. Okay, my bad.
You don't think he was biting his Ada Washington on the Last House on the Left set? Come on. He just laughed and laughed.
He would have beat his ass probably. Too. Ada would have swept away.
Before we go too far on this, we have to rate this movie.
Yeah, let's rate it before we're talking about Martin Cove going chompers on the whole
Team Cove though.
I'm a 3.5. I mean, again, I really love this movie, but it felt like the ingredients were there for this to be a 5. So I still recommend you check it out.
I'm a little higher. I'm a 4 on this one.
Okay.
Cool. I'm on the same page as Dan and same reasoning. He nailed it for me. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Three and
wanted
a-
it to be long. You wanted
No,
it to
no,
be
no, no.
Okay,
3.5 rating. But I did not need to be longer. But the
Okay.
ingredients were there. That's the part I
Okay.
agree with.
See, I wanted like a.
I knew you
2+
weren't agreeing
hour.
with you wanted with longer runtime.
No,
And
no
my hat is
Batman
way
fucking shorten
cooler.
that shit down.
My hat is way cooler. Although I
No.
am next one will be a black hat. I have decided I'm gonna get the black hat.
Right now.
So
Man,
Well, if you get
why
his
not?
hat, it'd be cooler already.
We're just gonna get you the Django hat,
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
right?
Franco Nero Drango hat. Make it happen.
No, we were getting you the glasses too.
So yeah. Pretty good mix of movies tonight, different genres. And I'm very curious to see what y'all think. So especially Rats,
Yeah.
drop your thoughts on that one. Hopefully at some point you can fill everybody in with your thoughts on Rats, Pugs.
Okay,
So
can do.
since this will be, I believe, the last live show before the match, if you're in the Anaheim area, it is just Anaheim, right? Or is it technically another?
It's Anaheim.
No, it's Anaheim.
Anaheim
It's
proper.
not. It's not Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles. It's just fucking Anaheim.
All right. So if you are in Anaheim, California, this July 11th, go check out Kruger, who is going to be at CCW Bleed for the Crown, going for the Supreme Violence Championship in a hellbound body bag match against Carnage, where the only way to win is to seal your opponent in the body bag and light it on fire.
And who will be calling that match, Dan?
That would be
Me,
that guy.
Bugs Dread. I'll be
Very
calling it with Kyle Wilde, and we are very much looking forward to this. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as I can, but obviously I'm going for Michael Kruger since he's, homeboy. But once that mask is on, he don't fucking like me, so whatever. Go Kruger, kick, fuck him up. And but yeah, the whole card, it's a spectacle. So please check it out. Come on down, or when it becomes available on IWTV, check that out.
By Monday.
But
I'm rushing
there you
that.
go.
I'm rushing that shit out.
Right. And also, you can always get the Blu-ray eventually from Todd. Where?
Smart Mark Video or from Kyle CCW directly.
There you go. So hell yeah, it's gonna be a good time, guys.
And I'll tell you right now, if Carnage gets up to any shenanigans, I will walk down there, walk straight up to him, look him right in the eyes, and then point and just say, that Chilean guy in the booth has been talking shit, said he's going to kick your ass. Like, you need to go deal with that. So, yeah. Ozzy will fight for Kruger.
I don't think Ozzy's going to be there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Though, if you are in the Boyda Park area on Saturday, you can come see me and Ozzy V as he'll be ring announcing the action for 3PWA.
I'm just
at Boyda
eager to
Park.
see Ozzy get his ass kicked. So.
I know. I just figured, yeah. So if you're already in
Sorry,
town in
Kyle's
Anaheim,
been talking shit.
okay, shut
You
up,
need to
Dan. So if you're already in town in Anaheim to come watch Kruger, come out and see 3PWA on Saturday also. That's a more family. You got 21 and over on Friday. Bring the kids on Saturday. I'll bring mine.
There you go. Yes.
All right. So we should just drop this promo and show the promo for Kruger's match. So we'll be right
Let's
back
see it.
after this.
Log on now to CrimsonCrownWrestling.com.
It's gonna be ugly.
All will bleed, one will burn, and one will rain. I cannot wait to see this fucking match. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
The smell of burning flesh will course through Disneyland. It is gonna be one for the ages.
The level of equipment I'm bringing to make this, like it's like a whole new setup. You should be impressed, Pugs.
I saw what you sent me, and I'm like, this is.
I've got more. The sound, we're gonna have good sound. I bought a new amp. We can do some live Maniacs performances as we want.
Hey, I'm down. Intermission. I need something.
You got to find me a mask or something. You know I'm weird about that shit.
We're gonna have to have live deviant
on the Bloods and the Crips album, there was the Sin Loke wore the Freddy mask. I'll just bust out the leather face or something. Toxic Avenger done.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have Deviant Vulture Skulls play live one time.
Yeah,
That needs to
that
happen.
I can take 8 inputs. That's what she said.
That's cool. He was actually supposed to my bandmate, my person I make music with. He was supposed to show up on Friday, but he got invited to a wedding by his girlfriend. So I was like, dude, I understand. Happy spouse, happy house. Go for it.
Can I say my prank now that I would have played on Ozzy? Because I forgot to do that yesterday.
Sure.
You don't think that this would have been epic? All right. So, as has been referenced on the show, Ozzy is about to be a married man.
Then don't do it on the air because I don't know what it is.
I told you the prank.
I don't.
He doesn't remember.
If I showed up.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go ahead. This one.
All right. I thought this was gonna be awesome. So, and I would have done it for this. I just unfortunately other trips to pay for couldn't make the wedding. But
You weren't invited.
well, yeah. Fuck you,
That's
Ozzy.
what crashed it.
I was going to now. This would have taken everybody to be in on it. Todd, Greg, and Brad. Anybody else that was there. I was going to shave my beard, change my look up completely. I would have gotten a wig, and I was going to be Elliot, a guy who somehow just keeps appearing throughout the ship, the bachelor party, the whatever wedding functions. I know he's doing some jet ski to Catalina girly thing. I would have been on the jet ski next to him, and everybody was going to gaslight him. It's like, that's not Dan. What are you talking about? I was going to pre-record messages to make it look like I was, or not messages, videos to make it look like I was live. It's like, look, he doesn't have a beard. How's that Dan? And it was just going to be a comedy of errors. I can't explain the whole thing, but this would have been comedy gold. I was going to show up as the preacher. If we could get the fiance in on it, I think it would have been hilarious.
That's awesome.
I think there's a lot of ifs that would have happened. I hope you remember the whole key thing with Ozzy. He kept getting the random keys.
Yeah.
Like they were mailed to him. I hope that gets like that's. I hope the wedding gift from Brad is just a box of keys.
That's what. See the long game. Hell yeah.
You can't tell me that wouldn't have been funny because I mean he's still probably
clearly you love this.
I don't think Ozzy would have remembered me without a beard. So I think he would have known, but then it's like. There I am on YouTube. That would have been hilarious.
He would have just though, show up in a white robe with your hood on. Just kids. See?
You gotta go darker with this.
If you're wearing that, yeah, that's the point.
I told Ozzy, you sure you want to do, go on this cruise? They might not let you back in the country. Yeah, right.
I wouldn't have been that mean.
Aren't we rapping? Like we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah,
yeah. Let's rap.
Yesterday.
All right, guys. Let us know your thoughts on the movies, topics, whatever. Ozzy's hair. Weigh in on it all in the comment section. And who knows? Maybe Elliot will show up. It's hot. I might just shave the beard.
Show up like Elliot Roger with a gun. Weirdo.
Damn. All right. Good night.
Money's on the dresser.
I'll see you in Disneyland.